Hey, what's up, you guys? Bringing another action figure review to you, and this is a figure I've been waiting for so long. I've been wanting a Shaka figure because I've never had a Shaka figure in my collection. The closest thing I've had to a Shaka figure was it was an old Toy Biz Spider-Man I had, and it it's kind of hard to explain, but like Spider-Man has Shaka like trapped. Well, no, actually, Shaka wasn't really trapped, but he was glued in place to like a brick wall or something like that, and like there was just no like he wasn't really a figure. He was kind of like an accessory, because you really brought that figure for Spider-Man. So it was a Spider-Man figure included with a Shaka accessory where he was like it didn't look like he was like webbed to the wall or anything, but he was just, he was just glued in place to the wall. I don't know. It was really weird. Toys were really weird back then, but look where we are today. I missed out on the last Shaka that came out before this one. It was some years ago. I forgot what wave that was a part of, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you'll know. So I missed out on that Shaka. And then when I finally tried to get that Shaka, it shot up in price. People were selling them for like 50 plus dollars. I didn't want to pay that. I mean, I love the Shaka, don't get me wrong. I wanted him in my collection, but I just didn't want to pay that. So I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And I was like, is Marvel Legends, um, Hasbro, are they ever going to release another Shaka? Um, and a classic one at that, because this is a classic Shocker. So once it got announced, I was so psyched, and make no mistake about it, this was a figure I was definitely getting. This was a figure I was going to get no matter what. There was no way I was missing out on this Shocker. I'm so glad I waited. This is the figure I've been waiting for. So I've been rambling for 2 minutes, so let's get into the figure. So this figure is amazing. This figure is amazing. Like, I adore this figure. Like, I didn't realize how good he was going to be in person. I know a lot of collectors are sick of Shaka having these kind of accessories. I don't really mind it. Um, is it the kind of accessories Shaka should have that describes, his gauntlets and the way how he battles Spider-Man? His shock blast? Probably not, but I still don't mind it. I think it'd have been cool if it was blue though. I think like if they'd have gave him like a blue color, I think that would have been cool. But I still don't mind it. I still like it. And unlike other collectors, I'm late to the party. We're getting accessories like this, so I really like it. Like, I don't mind it a lot. Um, I really like it, and I'm just so stoked to have this Shaka figure. Like, he looks amazing. Like, dude, like, so let's talk about the elephant in the room, obviously. His lines are not painted. And I don't mind that. Now, would it have been cool if Marvel Legends Hasbro painted the lines? Sure. It would have been good. It'd have been great. But I don't mind it. And kind of, to be honest, having him in hand like this, I actually kind of prefer it now. Like, I'm not going to paint the lines myself. Like, you know, um, and I wouldn't dare try to ruin this figure, because I know if I try to paint the lines, I would just wind up messing it up anyway. But yeah, but the nine painted lines throughout his costume, it doesn't bother me at all, because the sculpt is so good. Like, the sculpt is so good. Like, they did his face so good. I love it. I love it. I absolutely adore this figure. I love it. You can see his ears peeking through his mask there. That's great attention to detail. They didn't have to do that, but they did. Just the fact that they did, is awesome. He got the pattern all throughout his costume. He got the browns mixed in there. He has his V belt. I never understood why Shaka has a V belt. I wonder what the V stands for. I'm so curious. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, he's the Shaka, right? You think that he would have like an S on his belt, but nah. And his name is Herman Schultz. So it's not like his name is Vernon. He's not Vernon Schultz. So I don't know. I always find that kind of weird that he has a V in it. But still, though, it looks cool. It looks cool. It's a nice silver plastic. And I'm wondering if this is intentional or not. But like he got like dents and stuff in the belt. At first, I thought it was an error until I looked at his boots. And then I looked at his boots and I saw like little dents and things in it. So in my mind, it's kind of making me think that it is intentional. Um, and if it is, I think that's awesome. Anytime you could add a little bit more to a figure, I think that's great. Uh, so I think this figure is just absolutely awesome. I love it. I love the character of the Shaka. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. Um, Most of all of Spider-Man's rogues, I'm a fan of. I love Spidey's villains. Very much the same as Batman. Batman and Spider-Man have the best rogues gallery in all of comic books. And it's not even a debate to that. They just do. Um, so yeah, this figure is just awesome. The only thing that's kind of a little bit off is the way they painted the knees. I don't know why they didn't just follow through with the same color, and painting his knees the same color as this. So I don't really know what was going on there. But that would probably be my only gripe. That would probably be my only nitpick. I mean, the rest of this figure is just awesome. I absolutely adore this figure. This figure is absolutely fantastic. Make no mistake about it. This figure is absolutely amazing. And so his accessories is his alternate gauntlet hands, and you know they're not articulated because the way how the gauntlets are sculpted, so the hands can't hinge or nothing like that. So and I don't mind it. I don't mind that one bit. It doesn't bother me one bit. And you see where you plug the holes in. um Nice details in the hands as well. And yeah, I think I think I think definitely this figure was absolutely worth the wait. No doubt about it. This this figure was absolutely worth the wait. I am extremely, when I mean I'm extremely happy with this figure, I mean that. I'm extremely happy with this figure. No doubt about it. This is definitely the shocker that I've been waiting for. No doubt about it. Man, like, wow. Yeah, I'm just extremely, extremely, extremely happy with this figure. And so their Shaka is with his alternate hands, his open hands, and I'm very glad that that they give you the option to give Shaka open hands. I like that. I like it very much. Am I going to use it in my display? I don't know. Maybe, but I'm very happy that they added that option as well. So let's jump right into articulation. So Mr. Herman Schultz, aka the Shocker, his head can look up about that much. He can look down all the way. Wow. And his head does have some, he do got some attitude there, left, right, course, all the way around. His arms can hinge out a very good amount. Also, it can rotate 360. Upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He does have a full 360 rotation in his wrist, but like I said before, no hinge because of this material. He doesn't have a butterfly joint, but he can get his arms all like very far in. He can get his hands very far in. So like you can almost get him like, in that kind of pose. So he can hinge all the way back. He can hinge all the way forward. He can go full 360 with a little bit of ratcheting in there. You can't hear it, but I can feel it. And he can split out about that much. All right, Shaka. Kick forward about that much. Kick forward, back about that much. Upper thigh cut. Doubly jointed knees, even though the metal plate here kind of hinders a little bit. And he does have boot rotation, and his boot can hinge up about that much, down about that much, and he does have ankle pivot. So, good news for Mr. Shocker. He has good articulation. So you shouldn't have too much problem getting him into the kind of poses that you may want to get him into. Oh, totally forgot. Forgot to do size comparisons. Forgot. All right, let's. Straighten Spidey out because I got his knees bent. So let me straighten him out. Okay, now they're about the same height. All right, so let's get into size comparisons. Let me start right off the bat with Spidey. So the Shocker side by side with the black symbiote Spidey, and I think they look good together. Shocker! Get back here, Shocker! For those of you fans of the animated series, y'all know that. Y'all know that bit. And here he is next to J. Jonah Jameson. So we also got that comparison. And to keep on with the civilians, you got Shaka next to Mary Jane. And you got Shaka next to Peter Parker. That looks good. And of course, you got my retro Spidey next to Shocker. Well, I mean, it's not retro Spidey. It's my own custom Stan Lee, Steve Ditko Spidey. They're about the same height though, but I got his knees bent. I forgot to straighten out his knees. Well, let me do that. Okay, there we go. So with Spidey's knees straightened out, that's how they compare in size. So on that final note, my final thoughts on this figure is definitely He is, in my opinion, he's highly worth a pickup. If you don't have a Shaka in your collection, or even if you do have the other Shaka from the Thunderbolts run, this is classic Shaka. And if you want a classic Shaka, it don't get no better than this. Absolutely. He is absolutely worth a pickup. Absolutely. And I will give this figure a 9 out of 10. He is really great, and I am very, very extremely happy with this Shaka. I'm so happy and stoked to finally have a Shaka in my collection, and I am happy that I waited for this Shaka, for this version of the Shaka. I mean, this is the figure that I've been waiting for, basically. So I'm extremely, extremely happy with this Shaka. Extremely happy with this Shaka. So I'm so happy to have him in my collection. He is highly worth a pickup. I tell you that. And eventually, when he becomes rare, he's going to shoot up in price too, just like the other Shaka did. You know, people are going to be selling him for like 50, 60, maybe even $70. Who knows? Who knows what people be selling him for? So I say get him. Get him now while he's hot. Get him now while you can. And yeah, I'm highly enjoying this figure. I'm enjoying this Shaka. So with that being said, guys, this has been my review of the Marvel Legends series Retro Series Spider-Man Shaka. Until the next time, see ya.